Vikram Sarabhai, popularly referred to as the father of India's space program, was one of the key personalities who successfully convinced the government of the importance of a space program for a developing country like India. After the launch of Russia's first satellite Sputnik, he emphasized the importance of a space program in his quote, "But we are convinced that if we are to play a meaningful role nationally and in the community of nations, we must be second to none in the application of advanced technologies to the real problems of man and society." 13 years after his death in 1984, advancing his first steps, Indian Air Force Pilot Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma became the torchbearer for a whole nation and flew aboard the Russian rocket Soyuz U as a part of Soyuz T-11 crew to dock with the Russian space station Salyut 7 to create history and become the first Indian to go to space. Almost 13 years after that remarkable voyager, history repeated itself as an Indian-born woman lifted off a broad space shuttle Columbia to reach the low Earth orbit. Her name was Kalpana Chawla. Continuing this glory, Sunita Williams blasted off the Space Shuttle Discovery in December 2006 to become the second Indian origin woman to reach space. Quite remarkable these achievements are, but one thing that was missing was that all these astronauts went up through either Russian or American rockets. So the decision to ramp up ISRO's capabilities to achieve human spaceflight was a big and bold step. And just to get the idea of things, it is important to mention that only 3 countries have achieved this uncommon feat: the US, Russia, and China. Under the Gaganyaan mission, 3 flights will be sent into orbit, of which 2 will be unmanned and 1 human space flight. Initially, ISRO had planned to launch the first uncrewed mission in December 2021, but due to COVID-19 induced pandemic, it has been further delayed to 2022. The uncrewed mission are for technology demonstration, safety and reliability verification, and will be heavily instrumented to study the performance of system before the crewed flight. The Gaganyaan's orbital module will consist of 3 Indian. Well, one interesting fact worth mentioning is that Indian space travelers are called Vyomanauts. So Gaganyaan's orbital module will consist of 3 Indian astronauts, or simply Vyomanauts. Initially, they are selected from the Indian Air Force, who are presently being trained in Russia. The Gaganyaan's crew will launch aboard ISRO's most powerful GSLV Mark III heavy lift launch vehicle. The payload will consist of a crew module where these Vyomanauts will stay and a service module containing necessary components like engines and solar arrays. After orbiting the Earth for 5 to 7 days, the crew module will separate from the service module and orient itself for re-entry and deploy parachutes for slowing and eventually splash down at Arabian Sea off the coast of Gujarat. The Gaganyaan program intends to demonstrate the indigenous capability to undertake a human spaceflight mission to LEO and will lay a foundation for a sustained Indian human space exploration program in the long run. Gaganyaan program will be a giant leap in India's presence in space and will boost good research and technology development and also help in framing future missions like setting up Indian space station. Human spaceflight will provide that inspiration to the youth and also the common people. It will inspire a large number of young students to take up science and technology careers for national development, fulfilling the dreams of pioneers in the field like Sarabhai, Kalam and many more. Adding to charm, India will become the 4th country to launch a human space mission. The Gaganyaan will not only bring about prestige to the nation but also establish India's role as a key player in the space industry.